Well, greetings, nerds. Today's video will be a short one where I will share some quick update with you. So I don't expect this, the length of the video to be more than 15 minutes. First, I will start to say thank you for all of you who have been supporting the channel in any ways. We have grown to almost 150 subscribers within 4 months, and I know that number is not impressive at all. Yet, as one of our ministry partners and a good Facebook brother and friend, Joshua Davidson, reminded me, he said, "Hey, don't look like that. This is a regular church size in the States. So imagine you shepherding 150 people on a weekly basis. That's work, and that's not nothing. There's a flock of people, and I believe wholeheartedly that number will grow as we continue making videos and making quality material for you guys. So once again, thank all of you. For today, I have prepared a few things I would like to talk about in this quick update. First, I'm sorry that I didn't give you any updates the last couple of months, and I'm very late with that, so I apologize for that. I have in front of me a short outline because I always forget some stuff to mention, then I get upset with myself when I'm done recording. Okay, so the first thing, there is a new theme um, of the channel, right? If you remember, a couple months ago, we were covering several videos regarding storytelling and how can Christian fictional authors, especially fantasy authors, how they can be faithful to Christ in their writings, but also storytelling and preaching, how they can use these gifts, which and tools which also Jesus used whenever he would tell stories. Right? There's always this truth and core that is main part of the story that we can all practice, and there are a lot of benefits by using this type of story. And like I said, in this case, this will be fiction or fantasy. So we finished with that period, and with mythological parts, we're covering some ancient Near East and European well, not fantasies, but mythologies. And then we came to the period, which is currently this season, where we're doing some more serious stuff. So we had Becca with archaeology. We had two book authors. I'm expecting one big Christian name. It's about a dear brother and a gentleman who is a scientist, but I won't reveal his identity. So we're moving, into different topics within the theme of the channel, but that doesn't mean we eventually won't go back to some of the older stuff. Um, I also have a new vision for the channel, namely my very good Moody Bible Institute friend, with whom I thankfully stayed in touch even after we finished school. Daniel Chamomile. He was a guest for a couple of times. He accepted to volunteer and be basically my right hand of the channel, and to take this position of the visual, if I can say, department of the channel. And I basically gave him the freedom to do the logo. If you see the logo with the throne, it's a God's throne, and you can see in Greek Jesus Christ victorious. Then you can see mysteries and majesty is under the throne. Daniel is a very creative, energetic young man, and his ideas and his experience will help all of us, not just me. I have total confidence that God has brought him to help us and to help me in this season of life, and hopefully he'll stay with us for a long time. Daniel will be also helping us not just with the logo. He'll be helping us making short videos. He'll go back, revisit all of our longer videos. So far, we have 17 of them, where I had at least one of the guests, on the show, and he will, according to his own preference, make a bunch of short videos from each of the episodes, and then we'll be uploading hopefully daily um, each of these episodes. So this should benefit all of you who are either busy or who are not so nerdy, or who may be interested in some of the topics, but you're like, oh, I don't feel like clicking and watching a video that is 2-3 hours long. I have no problem with that, but I know that not everyone is like that. Not everyone would want to watch, a very long video of something they're not very familiar with. He'll also eventually help me make a short intro, which will be like, like the official channel's introductory video. He'll help us eventually with a t-shirt design. That's one of the also exciting things I've been planning for the channel in a while, but it takes so much time to organize and do everything. And when you're doing some of the things by yourself, you keep delaying and you keep, asking for help because you're not gifted in everything, nor do you have energy or time to do everything by yourself. And it's biblical to have partners with you who share the same vision and who help you expand the kingdom. So I'm very excited about the future merchandise. I have come up with some slogans, and Daniel will help me design those t-shirts. Now, when it comes to more innovations on the channel, some of you who've been watching us faithfully, you probably noticed that in the last few weeks, I've introduced a Patreon link to the channel's account when it comes to donations. Why is that? Okay, so for the first 4 months, I didn't want to ask for anything, right? Until now and in the future, all the videos will be free, unless maybe there is some special request in the future from some of the patrons to do something with them. But that won't happen very often, and that's a special category of videos. So all the videos will be completely done for free. Patreon serves there to help me deal with some of the bills, because it's not just the internet bill. I also use this platform which helped me do the YouTube lives. And in general, I know some of you can say, well, it wasn't my fault. You decided to start a YouTube channel. And I can tell you, you're completely right. It's not your responsibility to help me, feed me, pay my bills, or anyone else's. So this is primarily on the goodwill of everyone who watches. You can be a Christian or non-Christian, it doesn't matter. You can be a monthly giver or a one-time giver, it doesn't matter. I want this to feel completely pressure of giving. I know that there are churches out there who would guilt you and pressure you into giving. They will use all these different mantras, and they would, intentionally or not, I don't know, they would twist the scripture, making you how you own tithes to them, how you must sow the seed. And if you don't do that, God will not bless you. But if you do that, then 100-fold return is coming your way. And whenever someone misquotes Malachi, and God is angry with you if you don't give, or that if you don't mandatorily tithe, if you ever hear something like that, I would encourage you strongly that it could be time for you to change your church. But you will never hear such a nonsense coming from this channel. Rather, we would always follow the new covenant principle, which is give to anyone, anywhere, any amount of money that you can or want to. That's it. Basically, that's a new covenant principle of giving. So you will never feel that that you're less welcome or loved on this channel because of that. That's nonsense. And even though Daniel doesn't know this, I wanted to use this opportunity when I'm recording this video to propose that this first time giving, I don't mean just for this day, but for this season, some decent amount of money that will be collected, I just want to send it all to Daniel, because Daniel, again, is sacrificing his time and energy to make these videos. He's not asking for anything in return. He will redo completely the visual department of the channel, and that's a huge blessing. And he's a father of a little baby girl, so I think it will be fair to bless him in return. So this is why he doesn't know this, but I wanted to just ask if it's on your heart. You can see the Patreon link in all of the videos, including this one, and you can give as much as you want to. I plan eventually to, put it all together and just send to Daniel. Um, for all of you who cannot give, or you're still, and this is fair, you may be still suspicious of the channel and our content and our vision, and you may not be on the board with it completely, and that's perfectly fine. So if you can't, or if you don't want to give, that's also perfectly fine. But if you are people of faith, I would still ask you kindly to keep sharing videos, keep liking them, keep sending, but only kind comments. Even if you disagree, please send kind comments. And by subscribing, sharing, and sending comments and sharing these videos on your social media, you're tremendously helping the channel to grow. Because our currently almost 150 viewers can be, I don't know, 500 by the end of the year, 1,000, I don't know. But that's the least that I would ask you to do, because it doesn't cost you anything. It may cost you a couple minutes, and that's it. Uh, but also, the next thing I would ask you to do for us, not just for me, but also for my ministry partners and guests, would be to keep praying for us. I don't rely on men to help me um, to build this small part of the kingdom, because Jesus is the one who promised to build his kingdom. He doesn't need my money, he doesn't need my skills. He actually doesn't need me at all. I'm privileged and honored that he would use such a flawed person like myself to do something modest like this. And I'm very excited, because for me, there's no better opportunity than to partner with God. It's worth it much more than any career, any money, any position that you can ever imagine or desire in this lifetime. So please pray for us, especially because in two instances, two of my different brothers who were guests on the channel were spiritually attacked. For one, it happened just before the episode. For the second one, it happened during the episode, and he wasn't aware because it was regarding his family member. So crazy things are happening. They don't think this was a coincidence. I believe we are covering some very important and crucial topics on the channel, so no wonder we are being attacked. So your prayers, your clicks, your kind comments, and your sharing are so much appreciated. So thank you for that. Okay, and now I came to a negative part of the channel, which I didn't expect to happen so soon, but it is what it is. So we start having internet trolls. I know that happens to basically every internet YouTube channel, and that's okay. I don't expect everyone to come and love me and agree with me about just anything, and that's perfectly fine. However, there's a problem when you express your disagreement in a way that you want to provoke someone, offend them, you're aggressive, you're loud, you want to curse or anything like that. So I have to tell you, even if you want to be like that towards me, even though I don't appreciate that, it's still better if you point your nasty arrows, so to speak, your poisonous arrows towards me. That's still better than to point to one of my guests and beloved ministry partners. And that's where I will not allow that to happen with the same people. Unfortunately, the first time it happened a few weeks ago when I had this episode with Becca regarding archaeology, and I had this guy who kept texting, because you can see when you're doing live session, you can see people texting in real life, in real live, in real time, what are their thoughts. And his thoughts were getting worse and worse. So I had to learn, because of that person, to block him for like 20-30 minutes. So I thought, okay, hopefully he'll cool off, he'll stop, he'll learn the lesson. But he came back maybe after 20-30 minutes Even worse, he, I don't know how, if you ever watched that archaeology episode with Becca, I don't know how he concluded that she doesn't care or she doesn't love Jesus. So for me, that was a no no. I had to ban him and block him. And if you are watching this, I just want to tell you that, with that attitude, you're not welcome on the channel. You cannot come and offend people who sacrifice their time from their families, from their work, from ministries, from sleep, from rest, from hobbies, from anything, and come to serve you and me. Because all of these episodes, if you notice, they're at least 2 hours long. So how dare you do something like that for someone who hasn't said anything that will be heretical, wrong, offensive? They're using their gifts, knowledge, and skills to build a kingdom and to serve us, and you come to offend them, assuming they don't love Jesus because of whatever. And I think this was coming in the section of the episode when I asked Becca if she's a type of archaeologist, that you go to a Western society museum and see these ancient artifacts which belong to Middle Eastern countries, would you return them or not? Then I started getting all these nasty comments. I don't see how is this related to loving or not loving Jesus. How can you even conclude that she doesn't care about Jesus? I mean, she has dedicated, she serves with the youth, she has pursued massive biblical archaeology, all because of loving Jesus. And someone comes up and offends her like that. Thankfully, she didn't see that, but I saw that, and I don't like it. And then just last Sunday, actually Saturday, when I did the episode with brother from Australia, Tim, we talked about Nephilim or the giants. And again, you can completely disagree with the theory, and well, the interpretation theory, or the way we would interpret Genesis 6. But still, this other person would call all of us lame. Okay, that's still better than the person who offended Becca. And again, if you want to be like that towards me, go ahead. But please don't be like that towards other people. You have no clue what it means to sacrifice your time, on the channel. And I'm not trying to be pathetic or to sound like I have sacrificed so much for this channel, but you have no clue what it takes to work full time, to work a side job besides that full time job, to work in a full-time, well, I don't do full-time ministry, but a month ago I started volunteering with the teens in my church, and that takes several hours on Friday nights. And then do the YouTube channel. Just for this coming episode on Sunday, I had to consult 3 books. I had to go from the beginning to the end, skim them, take so much notes. I started wearing glasses because my eyes hurt. I'm sacrificing time from my hobbies, from pleasure, preparing this material. Not just me, all the people who come here. And again, if you have no clue what it takes to run a ministry or a YouTube channel, or in this case, both, I would just ask you to stop, condemning or attacking others. You can say that you disagree and just learn how to stop and how to express in kind way your disagreements. And I don't care if you call yourself a person of faith. I met non-believers who are way more kinder than both of these instances. I don't care. Unless you can be a pastor's son, you can be a pope himself, you can be whoever. I don't care if you don't have kindness and understanding. I would just ask you to not be part of the channel because, like I said, Jesus himself will build his kingdom, and this very modest ministry channel, being part of that kingdom, he can build it without me and without you. So I would just ask you to, stop spreading your negativity. And even if you disagree, please learn how to attack the argument, not the person. So in logics and philosophy, that's called ad hominem attack. So please Google and learn how to attack the argument, another person. Okay? I spent so much time on these couple of people, and I'm sorry for that, but they deserve the special time. And I'm almost done with this quick update. It's been almost 20 minutes. Okay, it took me a little bit longer than I thought. So again, in this new season, I've been having new vision, so to speak, for the and new themes for the channel. I want to thank Daniel for helping us, and I will start in one of the ways that I want to bless him and help him in return is that I want to, even though when I had him on the show a couple months ago, I did mention his book and put the Amazon link for you guys to buy it because I did, and it's a great book. You can check on Amazon; it has great reviews. I plan to sponsor his book, even though he didn't ask for anything in return. And at the end of his introduction, please listen to what has Daniel written in his novel, which is called Canaan Slips. Okay. There is a king on the throne. There is a judge dealing justice. His heart does break for the helpless, and he has set us up as characters in a great story. I hope and pray Canaan Slips will inspire you to play your part excellently to the glory of Christ. Again, this is the book from my dear friend and ministry partner and on my right hand when it comes to the visual department of the channel, Canaan Slips. This is the first book in the series. Again, you can see the Patreon link and the Amazon link to help Daniel, but also the channel. I really want to bless our brother in return. And just a quick announcement for this coming Sunday. So in 2 days, a little bit less than 48 hours, I'll be having our dear ministry partner Carrie back, and we'll be talking about chaos in the Bible. Most of you will be super confused. What do I mean by chaos in the Bible? There is no chaos in the Bible. Am I sure? I am. We're consulting scholars. Like I said, I had to cover in a few days 3 books in full length, and these are not books written by laymen but by scholars. And we took a lot of good notes. We wrote a really lengthy outline. So we have prepared some good stuff for you. So this Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Time, I'm having Carrie, I almost said Becca. I'm having Carrie back, and we'll be talking about Yahweh dealing with the biblical chaos. I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for your time, for your love, for your prayers. Even if you donate, even if you don't, you're still loved and appreciated and welcome in the same way. I wish all of you to go and, like Daniel said, serve your King and have a blessed weekend. Thank you.